Good morning, church, and welcome back to our daily devotion insight. Today I want to share with you on Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1 to 7. And here it says, "The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, for gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, for receiving instruction in prudent behavior, doing what is right and just and fair, for giving prudence to those who are simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance, for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction." And with that, I want to entitle my devotion this morning as "The Wisdom of God." Alright? You know, many people, when they read the book of Proverbs, they will straight away jump into chapter 10 without even reading chapter 1. Why? Because many of them, they thought that, chapter 1 is not very important and it's actually quite long compared with the two-line sayings which can be found from chapter 10 onwards. But in fact, chapter 1 is actually very, very, very important. Why? Because it gives us an overview what the book of Proverbs is all about. And basically in this chapter, it tells us that Proverbs gives us wisdom. The book of Proverbs gives us wisdom. And it also answers the question of what is wisdom? Why do we need wisdom? Who can get wisdom? As well as how can we get wisdom? Alright? And so, today I just want to share with you four things, okay? The what, the why, the who, and the how. And let us first look at the what, okay? What is wisdom? In the crux, wisdom basically teaches us how to live our life well as a person. And basically, it covers two parts. Firstly, it deals with the faculty of our mind, okay? Where we have that knowledge, where we have the understanding, and this knowledge and understanding is then being translated into skills which we can be applied to do something. For example, skills to lead people, or skills to cook, skills to create some art, or skills to manage our finances, and so on. And secondly, wisdom not only deals with the faculty of our mind, but it also deals with the faculty of our ethics, all right? Our morality, our behavior, our character, attitude. For example, doing the right thing, loving the neighbor, loving the people around us, being humble, okay? We need to work hard, not lazy, and we need to be generous, and so on. So these are the two main areas, what wisdom is all about, okay? That is in our mind as well as our ethics. That is the what, okay? And next, let us go to why we need wisdom. Wisdom, actually, it helps us to apply the knowledge and the understanding that we have, okay? And apply it in our lives. In this modern world, I think that, we have too much information, we have too much knowledge, and even, it's so easy for us to get information at our fingertips. You just go to Google and you can find all the information. People may be smart, they may know a lot of stuff, but many of them lack wisdom. This is the problem. People may be smart and knowledgeable, okay, but many lack wisdom. Now, it doesn't mean that I undermine the importance of knowledge, because knowledge is actually important as well, because it creates a sense of awareness in us about a particular subject, which is actually quite helpful for us. But what I'm trying to say is that the more important thing is how we can use that knowledge, how we can use that information and apply it at the right time in the right way. Recently my lecturer shared his experience to me. His son actually studied mechanical engineering. And of course, his son is very smart, yeah, and is good, all right. He as a mechanical engineer, he knows all the parts about machines, engines, and so on. But one day, when their car, broke down, and my lecturer, the dad, asked his son, "Hey, can you help to repair this car?" But the son doesn't even know how to repair the car. Yes, he has that knowledge, he has all the information, but he doesn't know how to repair a car. So that's why wisdom is so important for us. It's not so much so that we have the knowledge, but what is more important is how to use that knowledge at the right time in the right way. And when we have wisdom, definitely we will be able to handle our life much better. Amen? Alright, that's the why. Now we move on to the next one. Who can get wisdom? Generally, older people are a lot wiser than young people. Why? Because they have gone through much. They have gone through more than the young people because of their life experience. But this is not always true. I see that sometimes there are also younger people who are a lot wiser than the older people. And what does it mean here? In other words, it means that wisdom has no favorites. Okay? No matter you are old or no matter you are young, wisdom is for everyone. Alright? As long as we have that desire to have wisdom. Wisdom is for the young, it's also for the old. It's for the simple-minded as well as for the wise. Okay? So anyone can get wisdom as long as we have the heart, as long as we have the desire to search for it. And the last one, how? How to get wisdom? Of course, we know in verse 7 it says the fear of the Lord. So as Christians, our source of wisdom comes from God. Not just from life observations, not just from life experiences. Yes, we may get wisdom from self-help books, okay, from people around us, from their advice, suggestions, and from some meaningful quotes. And no doubt, some of it, they have some sense of truth in it. But most of the time, human wisdom, it is self-promoting. It is self-glorifying. And it doesn't give any credit to God. Seldom we can see God in the picture. And if we really think about it, this actually means pride. And we know, God hates pride. So therefore, by fearing God, we are actually not depending on our own human wisdom, not our own strength, our own ability. But truly, we tell God we are humble enough to come before God and seek wisdom from Him and acknowledge that indeed, truly, God is our ultimate wisdom. Amen? So church, in this new year, 2022, we are now just starting the new year, right? It's the first week of 2022. I pray that all of us, may we have that desire to search, to seek, to hunger, to thirst for God's wisdom in our life. Why? Because with His wisdom, it will help us to live our life well as a person. Amen? So may you be encouraged with today's devotion. You have a great day ahead. God bless you.